Hey guys, it's Carl from My Comic Crate, and today I get to talk about a comic that I'm very much thrilled to chat about. G.I. Joe Volume 1, The Cobra Strikes. This just released last week, I believe June 4th for the specific date, and I've been reading the series and the ongoing monthly issues since it started in November, and I love this book. This book is so good. But before I really start chatting about it, there's a couple things I kind of want to mention that I think might be important for readers, especially if you're new to the G.I. Joe universe or Energon, and maybe just want like some extra info. There's actually four mini series directly related to G.I. Joe in the Energon universe that released over the past year and a half, 2 years. We got Destro, Cobra Commander, Duke, and Scarlet, heroes and villains. And These books really set up a lot in terms of character understanding, development. Um, it's not necessary to read all of them to really understand this book, um, but it certainly helps. You can get a bigger understanding in the intentions and why like Cobra Commander wants to take over the world, or Destro doing things that he does. They set up, they make you honestly like, I don't know if sympathize is the right word, but really feel the characters out, and they're not just one-dimensional villains that are here to take over the world, or heroes that I'm here to save the day. Everyone has a struggle, a conflict, while also like, at least with the Joe side, like a sense of duty and purpose. Um, so again, not necessary to read all of them, but if you have the chance, want to get more into GI Joe universe, or you want the maximum understanding, definitely check them out. Scarlet hasn't made an appearance in Volume One, unfortunately. I wish. I'm looking forward to it, as well as Snake Eyes, but they're coming soon. Joshua Williamson, who's the writer on this book, um, he mentioned in the editorial notes, and I believe in issue one, that he's going to take the creative team is going to take their time in introducing the characters and making sure everyone's properly like fleshed out. There's no need to write every single Joe character in the first six issues, and it shows that the attention to detail has been really good in this story. Um, what was I going to mention? Ah, So I mentioned this is like the GI Joe stuff, but this does all tie into the greater Energon universe. So that's including Transformers. That's including Void Rivals. I don't believe there's any more other titles in the Energon universe, but each one of those is awesome and epic in its own way. Part of I think the GI Joe part aspect of the Energon universe is my favorite. I just enjoy the more grounded, like street level, maybe not the right word, and but very focused like on Earth, the human aspect of characters, and I really enjoying that stuff. That's not to say there isn't cosmic things going on. I mean, the events of Transformers is really what sets up the GI Joe team, and I won't go into spoilers or anything because you should read those books. And as much as everything's like all interconnected, everything is also readable on its own, and fantastic stuff. So let's talk about Volume 1. So I guess first to mention, this is cover B, or the direct market edition of Volume 1. So it features the Cobra characters. So we got the twins, 1, 2, Mercer, Cobra Commander, um, Destro. All these characters like make an appearance, and for the most part, everyone has is pretty messed up in terms of being evil. Um, Cobra Commander is a menace to society, and you can't really predict what he's going to do next. He's almost like the Joker, but I guess more thoughtful in the way he does things. So it's really cool. Another thing I wanted to mention is these characters have been around for decades now, created by Larry Hama. And so this is a brand new series, brand new story, and it's a brand new creative team, but they did an excellent job in respecting the source material. The characters have like a visual refresh, and there may be some like different personality changes, but it's very, very respectful to the source material. Um, and even if you've been like a long time GI Joe fan, you'll still pick it up and and feel the characters. They don't feel wildly different. They feel the same, but um, modernized, I guess, is the best way to put it. But really fantastic stuff. Um, I mentioned that you don't need to read the other volumes. This book does a great job at just sucking you in. Page one, it starts off with explosions, people falling out of the sky and stuff, and you think it's like some like crazy like heist or like Black Ops mission, and it's just a training mission. But it is so intense. And this is an action story like through and through, but there's depth into it. Um, in the Duke book, you know, we meant they focus on like building out the team a little bit, not all the characters. But in this book, you really get to experience all the characters growing and going on their first mission as a team. Like you literally go through all that. So there's like in with like every team, there's the ups and downs and like there's problems and stuff, and not everyone gets along together. So it's really fantastic to read, and nothing's like a bore to read. Every page, every panel was gorgeous to read or look at. Um, and like I mentioned also earlier, like every character has an intention. There is no um, one-sided like characters. Um, Next, the artwork in this book. So Tom Riley on art, Jordi Belair on colors. They did a fantastic job. This is actually they teamed up. The same creative team did Duke, um, and that book was a visual feast. All these books are, but my God, I've read each issue like at least three times, and one time was probably just dedicated to the art. Um, every panel is so detailed. Each rereading, you see something new. Um, and since GI Joe is, a toy series, you can see all the original like toys that were created in the story. Like you'll see things that you might have played with as a child, come to life in these stories. And I think that's part of the beauty of GI Joe. Is it's like a kid's dream come to life. Um, I mean, maybe not the violence part, but it's cool nonetheless. Um, So this story is very grounded in the sense it's not as like large scale as I would say Transformers is. There is like large ramifications to the Energon universe and what's going to happen in Volume Two and stuff, but there's nothing happening on such a like cosmic or large scale that you're like, whoa, what's going on? It's very grounded and very self-contained, and does a great job at setting up the stories for the next arc without like feeling like something was left out. There's deaths that happen in the story that clearly will affect the team, or different outcomes that happen in the series that will affect moving forward. Um, but as Volume One feels like a complete story, um, while leaving room for a lot more stories to happen in the future. So I totally recommend reading GI Joe Volume One. Um, Again, this volume released last week. The hardcover released, I believe, this week, which is like June 12th. Um, or you can read the individual issues; those are fantastic. There were so many different covers for volume or issue one, and all the other following one through six. So definitely recommend checking the series out. Um, Issue number seven, if I'll just step away from this, released last week as well, this June 4th. And it's kind of this, I don't know, like interlude almost of some new G.I. Joe characters. So, like I mentioned, like this book takes its time in introducing characters. Issue seven, we get a couple more. And then issue eight, we are going to go into the next arc with a different creative team. Still Joshua Williamson, but different people on color and the drawings. So definitely check it out. Um, Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I do have a written review and thoughts on my website, mycomiccrate.com, so feel free to check it out. Subscribe to it and you can get notified for any posts, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm hoping to get more YouTube videos and discussions and thoughts out. I'd love to interact with people to see your thoughts on it, and just open for more comic books. So thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.